A person who is tossed into a swimming pool for the first time experiences a mortal fear that cannot be described. Or when you first ride a cycle without training wheels and you feel like you could fall into the damn gutter, that's also quite fearful, but you learn. But you figure it out. Your first job, your first anything is going to scare you, and it should, because that means you're alive and you're human and you're like the rest of us. Courage is in doing it despite the fear that is holding you back. You got to be honest about your apology, and you got to understand that just because you've apologized, it doesn't insulate you from the consequences of the decision you made. And so it's like this: you got to be honest and earnest with your apology, knowing fully well that it may not land and it may not fly at all. Your apology might as well be rendered in Japanese to a person who doesn't speak Japanese. It may just sound like noises to the person saying, "I can't hear any word." That's it, you're out. Or the person may say, all right, I'm willing to give you a chance because I believe in human potential, because I believe in you, because I believe that you're better than this. So you gotta be earnest, you gotta be honest, you gotta be and innocuous flirting, like for example, old friend who's been your friend for 20 years, you've been nothing but friends, and then you flirt with that person and say, "What? When we're getting married, chal, I'm damn bored these days." Like a silly joke. It's like technically somebody may say, "Oh, this is emotional cheating," but it's their little inside joke. May not even constitute emotional cheating. It's very important for us to understand the exact nature of the problem. Since when has the flirting been taking place? How do you know this person? What is the relationship with this person? Has there been any sexual contact? If yes, how frequently? So it's literally like conducting a survey. So the emotional, if someone just flirts with the opposite sex after getting drunk at a party, it could be a one-off episode. If there is a trend of flirting with the opposite gender because one's emotional or physical needs are not being met, then that's a problem, and that's indicative of a personality type. Once the emotional relationship improves, the physical relationship will improve as well. And there's this thing I keep talking about in all my talks, which I have a pet peeve with. Be positive. Life has given you so much. So be positive. So even when I saw the topic for today, this is how to find positivity, that usually really grinds my gears. I'm like, why does everything have to be positive? Why can't we just be realistic? Because a lot of life is lived in this haze of ambivalence. It will die. But it's very important to have all the information first before jumping to conclusions, right? That's like saying, is cancer survivable? Well, it really depends on your body's constitution, right? It really depends on what has been the trajectory of your experiences as somebody in relationships. Assuming this is not your first rodeo, you've been in relationships before. If you have been cheated on before as well, less likely to be that forgiving. You say, you know what, this is it. I've reached my breaking point. Whereby if you've largely, not been cheated on, you've had a largely sheltered existence, and you also believe in the power of reformation and that people change and people can learn to be better. It really depends on the nuances of the relationship itself, on the nuances are connected to the past of the individual, and also generally what kind of mindset do you really have? Like, do you innately believe people can change, or do you innately believe no one changes? You just have to manage, curate a dignified space for yourself